Hi everyone, thanks for watching our channel. So you've been with us during the recovery of USS The Sullivans, and now we are rehabbing and decontaminating. And thank you for all of your interest, your subscriptions. Ring the bell, subscribe, leave comments, and I hope you enjoy this video. We have a video for you taken from a police camera, which is right on the end of our museum building, showing the whole length of the ship. Maybe you guys have seen this before, maybe not. All right, but it is, so it's a time-lapse video that the City of Buffalo put together. It's in 15-minute increments, so it's every 15 minutes is a new, quote, screenshot, so to speak. And it will show from Wednesday night at about 7 p.m. on the 13th through Thursday morning on the 14th when she went awash and sank. So there's been a lot of discussion about potential first links in the chain with what had maybe happened. So let's take a look. I'm going to try to show you something that TNT Salvage noticed very early on. What we're thinking is this was in the forward engine room, and this could have been the first link in the chain, because there was a series of about 15 holes that we had been pumping out. So, I mean, a series of 15 holes in about 4 feet is a difficult situation to handle for our staff, but we had a permanent pump in there, and we knew the space that was, and we would just pump it out as soon as the water came in. At some point, though, all of those holes became one large hole. Right, so whatever was left of the steel in between each of the little holes over that 4 feet broke away. The original thought was maybe that she, during a siege, you know, the water comes in from Lake Erie, raises the boats, then it, you know, exits and washes back into Lake Erie, that she may have tapped the bottom, and that just crinkled it enough. TNT Salvage believes that there was not any connection between the keel of the ship and the Buffalo River. But they also said that drastic changes in water pressure, if the steel is degraded enough, can pop and break those holes and make it one large gash. TNT also said they measured it, took the average square footage of it with the location of it on the keel, said that was bringing in about 3,000 gallons of water a minute. And once the power went out, the pump stopped working, and after, if you're having 3,000 gallons a minute, after 3 hours, it's already well beyond what we'd be able to do in terms of taking care of the issue ourselves with our staff. All right, so we needed help immediately, even after 2 or 3 hours of this. I am going to try to show this. We have to get it at the right time of day so the sun can kind of go down about that foot and a half. We have a lot of algae growing. So you'll see the time-lapse video. It would be very interesting for you. I know it might move a little quick, but it's interesting for you to watch the siege come in. All right, especially if you look beyond, look on the other side of the Buffalo River where the Blue Talos missiles are, and just above that you'll see like a 6-foot pier. Pier wall that's on the other side of the Buffalo River. And if you pay attention into that area as the time lapse is going through, you'll see how much the water raises based on that pier wall. So again, I'm going to try my best here. We'll see. It's sunny, as you can tell everybody. Finally, we have some sunny days. So the screen will probably be a little dark for me. So I'm going to make sure that I'm trying to get what I'm trying to get. And I know it's also a little windy, so apologies about that. So there are actually two areas here that I'd like to point out. Let's see. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, we see that mark right there. Right below it, there is about a foot hole. Again, I can't tell, you see all the algae, certainly, but underneath that algae, you might be able to see it. You might be able to see the cement. Bidco has cemented that. So not only did we have a 4-foot string of holes that eventually popped and became a 4-foot gash, and it wasn't a gash originally, just after that, you might be able to see that circle right there. It's hard, again, somewhere right around there. I'm hopeful you guys can see that. Again, the sun's on my screen, so it's really reflective. And if we move forward, you're definitely going to be able to see, where is it? Okay. Come on, Shane, figure it out. Aha. This bright thing right there is a handle. So again, they cemented this 4-foot area. And I guess the best reference right there is a handle built into the cement for removal. So just after that handle, which you see right there, again, maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. Starting right about there, you might be able to see the cement, and it moves past the handle and goes till, where's my reference point? There it is. Goes till right about below that overboard dump. I'll tilt the camera so we're looking at about right there, starting right there. And moving, there is the handle, and moving to about there. So again, 3,000 gallons a minute is, my word, 180,000 gallons an hour? Which almost seems hard to believe, but TNT Salvage said that that is what would be coming in per hour. So at some point the pumps stopped working. We did have pumps in this area, and at that rate, again, over 2-3 hours, it was already unsavable by our crew. So I don't know if this was the first link in the chain, but it certainly is a link. There's that circle again. And so either, you know, again, if we didn't touch the bottom, you know, if the sage didn't make us rise and then kind of set us down on the bottom with some crinkling, TNT didn't find any of that. So now you're flooding the forward engine. If there was certainly then the forward engine room leads to the aft fire room. And if there was some integrity break in that transverse bulkhead going from the forward engine room into the aft fire room, now we had the leaking into the fire space. And then of course it just carried on from there. So these are our thoughts as they are right now. Of course, We have about 4 different insurance companies, all doing their own investigations and things like that, and they'll put together the reports. But from our standpoint, we kind of certainly believe that that was on starboard. It had to be something very early on in the sinking that exacerbated the incident itself. Well, that's the update for now. If you've watched our boiler room videos, you'll see how she's faring in terms of decontamination. Air quality is very good. It's getting a little toasty down there, so I know we're meeting with the city to bring back dehumidifiers, air movers, blowers, things like that. Miller Environmental used them. Bidco used them. But when Miller Environmental left the site, obviously they took their own dehumidifiers and blowers with them. So now it's up to us to get them back down into the spaces to keep the airflow, because as I said, it's getting toasty down there. She's certainly not out of the woods yet. She's refloated, but there's still a lot of work that's going on. Bidco is continuing to do that epoxy work on the port side, right? And they usually say till about October 20th before the water changes. The temperature becomes too cold, so we'll see how far they get. Looking at cofferdams, looking at moving up our dry dock plans. So still in a lot of meetings, and we'll be giving you updates as we have them. All right, everyone, thanks so much for your support. As always, we have a great crew here. If you'd love to come down and volunteer, please feel free. And as always, we stick together.